Welcome back, everybody, and tonight we're going to be doing possibly the most intense dessert challenge we've ever done on this channel. And guys, we've done a lot of crazy things with desserts this year, but we're taking it up another notch. The stakes have been raised. Tonight we're going to be doing a from-scratch version of possibly my wife's favorite box cake mix, and this is the Krusteaz, or Krusteaz. I prefer my pronunciation. Meyer lemon pound cake. And guys, when it comes to prepackaged cake mixes, these guys are a step above. This is really top shelf. It tastes more natural than about any other box cake brand on the market. You can fight me over this. This is better than Pillsbury or Duncan Hines. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making this box cake as a control. We know this is good. And then next to it, we're going to be having our scratch-made lemon pound cake. And there will be a blind taste test at the end from Mrs. Mad Chef herself. You guys met her last year on the Better Than Taco Bell Sauce video. Guys, if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you checking it out. There'll be a card floating around and a link in the description. I use it a lot. So at the end of all of this, she'll be tasting samples of both pound cakes. And if she deems ours the better pound cake, this will also be a better than the box. The stakes are high because this is already a high quality product. So the first thing we're going to do before we assemble our scratch made pound cake is to make this. And guys, we're just going to be going by the package instructions. Don't really need to go over that with you guys. So towards the end of the bake cycle of this cake, we'll start getting the ingredients together for our lemon pound cake. And we're going to dive right in by prepping our lemons. And a lot of you may not think this is important, but to extract the most juice possible for these, we're going to roll them around for a few seconds, applying a mild pressure. And once they are tender, we're going to go ahead and zest them. We may not need the zest of both lemons, but we're going to have it just in case. Again, we need a really concentrated fresh lemon flavor to compete with the boxed item. And once we're done with that, we're going to cut them in half and we're going to juice both of them. Now, if you don't have a citrus juicer like I do, you can always squeeze these lemons out over a fine mesh strainer or sieve to remove any seeds that may fall out. And then now that that's done, we're going to put that away and start focusing on our dry ingredients. And in this bowl, we have 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. And then we're going to go ahead and hit it up with 1½ teaspoons of baking powder for leavening, and then 1/2 teaspoon of table salt or fine sea salt. We're going to get that incorporated really well. And now that that's done, we're going to take this to the stand mixer and get this thing rolling. In the bowl of our stand mixer, we're going to be dropping in 2 sticks of softened, room temperature, unsalted butter. Don't be a dummy like me and knock in the whisk attachment. Then we're going to put a lid on it and then let it whip up for about 3 minutes. We're going to be making a whipped butter because the base of our pound cake has to be light and airy and fluffy, because if it's dense, then we've ruined our whole cake. And about halfway through, we're going to be pushing down any of the butter that's climbed up the sides of our bowl, because it's butter and it will climb the walls like it owns the thing. And then we're going to put it back down and let it finish up. And after we've gotten our nice whipped butter made, and you'll know the difference because it turns into a lighter color, almost cream cheese-like. Then we're going to add in 1½ cups of granulated sugar. Basically, at this point, we're going to be turning it into basically a whipped butter cream. Again, we need it light and airy, so that way everything can kind of come together. And then we're going to let this thing spin off for about another 3 minutes, or until it looks like this. Nice and fluffy and creamy, almost frosting-like. And again, make sure you work down any of that butter that's come up on the sides, because we want to make sure everything is nice and fluffy and just homogeneous. And once that's happened, we're going to go in with 1 teaspoon of real vanilla extract, because it's a must. And then after we got that in, we're going to go in with our eggs. These are 4 large eggs at room temperature because they combine a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and get that mixed up on a medium speed until we see no yellow streaks in our base. And then we're going to continue this pattern 1 egg at a time until we have used all of our nice eggs and we have something that looks like this, which is almost souffle-like, really light and airy. You can almost see the texture. Then we're going to be adding in our acid, which is our fresh lemon juice. And that was just 3 good tablespoons of that. You don't want to go overkill on the juice because it could ruin the consistency of your cake. And then we're going to add in about 1.5 tablespoons of the fresh lemon zest, put on our paddle attachment, and start layering in our dry ingredients. And I do mean layer. We're going for about thirds. So we got a third of the dry stuff in, and then we're just going to combine it gently on a low speed until everything is nice and combined. And then we're going to introduce a half a cup of milk or buttermilk, either is fine. And then we're going to also introduce that in parts as well. We're roughly going for about a third of each time. This keeps the base from drying out and also ensures that our dry ingredients get hydrated properly. And after we've used up all of our nice dry ingredients and milk, using that kind of formula, scraping down as needed, we should have something that looks like this. Bear in mind, it is super intentional that it's not fully combined. Then we're just going to fold everything together gently with a rubber spatula. It's very important to do this by hand and very slow and soft because any overworking it can make it tough and unedible. And on to the next. So what I have in front of me is a cake pan that I've generously greased with some nice unsalted butter. And what you've seen me do here is add 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. And I'm going to be sifting this carefully, making sure all the walls and sides are nice and evenly coated to prevent our cake from sticking to it when we take it out of the oven. That would be a tragedy. And then we're going to start layering in our cake batter. And guys, this doesn't even feel like cake batter. It's so light and airy. It feels like a souffle or a buttercream, something completely different. It's amazing. So as you can see, we're layering it in about thirds, kind of like what we did when we were making it. And we're smoothing it out along the way with each layer. This ensures an even cook throughout the entire cake. And once you have all of that put in, we're going to smooth it out and toss it in the oven on 350 degrees for about 65 or 70 minutes, or until you can insert a toothpick through the center and pull it out clean. I'll be checking mine at 65 minutes, so I will see you all after it comes out. Alright, so if it's the one thing I forgot to mention is you need to let your cake rest at least 5 minutes before extracting it from the pan, otherwise you will have a tragedy on your hands. Alright, and this cake has been cooling for about 15 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and make the icing. And in this bowl is 1 cup of powdered sugar and just a pinch of table salt or fine sea salt. We're going to go ahead and start getting the hydration started with 1 tablespoon of water. And we're going to get that mixed in, and then we're going to add in our lemon juice. This is going to be 2 tablespoons of our fresh lemon juice. Keep in mind that the box stuff has a very strong and flavorful lemon glaze, so we need to make sure ours is the same. And want to continue mixing it, making sure that this powdered sugar gets hydrated, and honestly a fork works better for this for me. And if your icing stays sludgy, even after working in all that liquid, you can thin it out with an additional tablespoon of water or lemon juice. Now, while the box stuff has a very strong lemon icing, I don't want to go overkill on mine. I really want to stump my wife and make this the best, most identical dessert challenge I've ever had. That's also why I didn't add any lemon zest to this icing, even though I really wanted to. All those chunks of lemon zest will be a dead giveaway on which one was mine. So after that's all nice and at the perfect consistency, we're going to go ahead and decorate our cake in a nice old-fashioned drizzle design. And guys, this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, come on guys, take a look at this. This is an absolutely perfect cake. I don't consider myself a very good baker, but this turned out better than I even expected. I was really anxious about not having enough lemon in the batter when I was making it, but this thing punches you in the face with an authentic fresh lemon scent, and I couldn't be more excited. Now we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, and in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get our sample plates ready. Now, the control cake suffered a tragedy, as we hinted to earlier. Even though I followed every step correctly, it fell apart on me when I extracted it. I really wanted 2 beautiful cakes for my thumbnail, but this is what we got. But we still have 1 piece salvageable on this cake, so what we're going to do is cut it in half, so that way she has a piece with both the crust and the fluffy interior. And since this cake has time to cool down completely, we're going to tap it in the microwave for about 5 to 10 seconds to bring it up to heat. And then we're going to take a slice of our cake, and oh my god guys, take a look at this. All the anxiety I had about my cake before now has been relieved. That is a perfect slice. Look at that, guys. So what we're going to do now is cut this into similar sized pieces. I want her to think she's getting 2 pieces from the same cake. I have a goal in mind, you guys, and I'm going to crush it. So once we have all of our nice pieces cut together and plated, the only thing that's left to do is to bring out the wife and hear the results. All right, here she is, the lady of the hour, Miss Mad Chef herself. So we've got 2 cakes. And I want to see if you know your favorite cake as well as you think you do. Alright? So first one up, I'm going to grab you a piece with a little bit of crust on it. All right, you ready? It's kind of big. Take your time. You know what you're feeling. Those box lemon vibes or those fresh lemon vibes? You don't know. Well, maybe this one will help you. I don't know. This is fresh. Box, I mean, there's no way around it. It's going to be kind of big. Maybe it was too much. I'm sorry. All right.
That one's boxed.
That one's boxed. Are you sure? All right, take out the blindfold. The first one you ate is your favorite. The second one is the homemade, from scratch lemon cake. All right, so it's not technically better than the box, but how was it?
It was really good.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a taste and figure out where we land. But we know that one's good. This one is good too. But there is a stark difference in flavor between both of them. This one has more buttery vibes. This one has a more concentrated lemon vibe. And that's because of not only the natural flavors from lemon, but the artificial flavors in there. So basically, if we wanted to get a stronger lemon flavor, we could have used a little bit more of that lemon juice. And maybe just a little bit more of that lemon zest that we added in here. Either way, it's a good cake no matter how you roll it. Guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. It's crazy to believe that 91% of the people that view my content are not subscribed. That's crazy, guys. You're here for a reason. The family's growing, and there's room for you too. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Unfortunately, the box kicked my crusty ass.